Lesson 96. A few. Few. Feel sorry for someone. What's the difference between a few and few?
The difference between a few and few is that a few simply means not many, whereas few often expresses the idea of not enough or fewer than expected.
What do we mean if we say there were few people at the party last night?
If we say there were few people at the party last night, we mean that there were not enough people at the party, or that there were fewer people than we had expected.
Would you feel sorry for someone who said that they had few friends?
Yes, I'd feel sorry for someone who said that they had few friends.
Would you feel sorry for someone who said that they had a few friends?
No, I wouldn't feel sorry for someone who said that they had a few friends.
In this town, are there few good restaurants, a few good restaurants, or many good restaurants?
In this town there are a few good restaurants.
A little. Little. What's the difference between a little and little?
The difference between a little and little is that a little simply means not much, whereas little often expresses the idea of not enough or less than expected.
What do I mean if I say I have little milk in my fridge?
If you say you have little milk in your fridge, you mean that you don't have enough milk in your fridge.
Do you think you have little free time, a little free time, or a lot of free time?
I think I have a little free time.
Press. Control. Such. What am I doing?
You're pressing your thumb on the table.
What does this sentence mean? I had to press him for the money I'd lent him.
That sentence means that I had to keep asking him for it back.
Can we always believe everything we read about famous people in the press?
No, we can't always believe everything we read about famous people in the press.
Do you think there should be some control over what the press writes about such people?
Yes, I think there should be some control over what the press writes about such people.
Step. Step off. About how many steps would you have to take to walk from one end of this room to the other?
I'd have to take about 8 steps to walk from one end of this room to the other.
What might happen if you stepped off a bus while it was still moving?
If I stepped off a bus while it was still moving, I might fall.
Do you have to walk up any steps to enter this building?
Yes, I have to walk up some steps to enter this building.
Would it be a big step for you to go and live in another country?
Yes, it would be a big step for me to go and live in another country.
Bill. Come to. Per. Quarter. Pass. A law. Act. If a couple go to a restaurant together, do you think they should each pay half the bill?
No, if a couple go to a restaurant together, I don't think they should each pay half the bill.
Why not?
Because I think it's nice for the man to pay.
About how much does your phone or electricity or gas bill generally come to per month or per quarter, etc.?
My phone bill generally comes to about £25 per month.
What happens to a bill after it has been passed by Parliament?
After a bill has been passed by Parliament, it becomes an act.
Used to. When do we use the words used to, and what does it mean?
We use the words used to for a habit or repeated action in the past, especially when the action is now finished.
Give me an example, please.
I used to go to the cinema a lot when I was a child.
Did you used to speak English better in the past than you speak it now?
No, I didn't used to speak English better in the past than I speak it now. I used to speak it worse.
Did you used to eat a lot of sweets when you were a child?
Yes, I used to eat a lot of sweets when I was a child.
BC. AD. Christ. Lord. What do the letters BC mean?
The letters BC mean before Christ.
What do the letters AD mean?
The letters AD mean Anno Domini, from the Latin meaning after Christ.
Trial. When someone is on trial, do they have to promise to tell the truth in court?
Yes, when someone is on trial, they have to promise to tell the truth in court.
Is it wise to judge something before we give it a trial?
No, it isn't wise to judge something before we give it a trial.
Why not?
Because we could make the wrong decision.
Introduce. From abroad. What would you like to see introduced into your country from abroad?
I'd like to see more foreign food introduced into my country from abroad.